This is it now. This is really it. I cannot keep him there any longer. Cannot even slow him. He pours towards me like water, and now I can hear the sound he makes. A high, wailing sound more like misery than rage. I wish that I had let him put his knife into me. If he had put his knife into me, I would not have died. But I had learned things from Ross. I had learned the simple trick of moving one way and then the other, and I cannot deny that the adrenaline-rushing joy of battle entered me. It is what biology and history have given us, this surge of chemicals that turns us from kind things to cruel. It is easy. I do what Ross could not do to Gatto. I move to catch Mickey's arm as he passes me, and twist it behind his back, and take it from him, take the knife. But Mickey is a tough kid and strong for his size, and I find that I cannot hold him. He wriggles and fights and somehow manages to bite my hand so that I drop the knife, and then we scramble together rolling in the mud, and I am aware that I am fighting a Temple Moor kid, and that we are surrounded by other Templars, and I become frightened for my life for the first time. And fear is a strange thing because it makes you love life and cling to it. So I gain new strength, and in spite of his writhing and twisting, I finally have him down, and I put the knife to his throat. Now you must be clear about this. Absolutely clear. I wasn't going to cut him. I wasn't going to touch him with the knife. I only wanted him to be still. And he is. Perfectly still at last. His eyes are huge and white. I will climb off him now and run home. To my mom and dad. Then I feel a pull on my arm. And I know that one of the Temple Moor kids has got behind me, and that the end is here. Blindly I spin and lunge, thinking only to scare away the attacker behind me. But it was not an attacker. I feel the resistance of flesh. Feel the knife first cut, then meet bone, and then slide off the bone and in deep, and I see my hand on the back of the plastic hilt, and I see the white shirt turn red, and then I feel his cheek as he falls against me, and I see his wide, staring eyes, and in the same instant, I know that it is Shane. I know not from the sight of him, but from his clean smell and the aura of goodness. And at once the others are around us, Billy and Stevie and Maddie and Serena. Oh God, what have you done? He was coming to help. Someone, quick, call an ambulance. And a bubble of blood forms on his lips. And after a second, pops. The sound is delicate as a raindrop falling on a leaf. Words, voices, tears, nothing. I have visitors. My mother and father come every week. We sit in a bare room facing each other across a wooden table. On the table there is a vase, and in the vase there is a plastic flower. They believe me when I say I didn't mean to hurt Shane. Does that make it easier for them? I think it makes it harder. My father talks about things that are happening in the world. My mother's eyes fill with fat and fallen tears, and I tell them that one day I will come out, and that I will be good. But how can I be good, now that I have killed a boy, killed him with a knife? How can I ever be good again? I hope that Maddie might come to see me, and the other freaks, Billy, Stevie, Serena. I could have explained to them what happened, got them to forgive me. But they will never come. And they will hate me forever. I think about Maddie, and imagine the life we might have had together. Not even a whole life, but just a few months, a year, 2 years. Going out, normal things. Never, 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 never. Shane died before he reached the hospital. Hell, he died straight away. The knife blade bounced off his ribs and up into his heart, and his heart stopped as hearts will. But they tried reviving him, The ambulance guys tried, the ER people tried, the surgeons tried. They took him to the same hospital. He walked out hours earlier. He left casualty and come to keep me away from the fight. I heard the story in full later, of course. How he'd called the others, told them to help, said that he'd be there soon. That he saw my fight with Mickey and came to stop me from doing something stupid. Of course I wasn't allowed to see him, in the hospital or afterwards. But what happened just after I stabbed Shane is a bit murky. You'll probably think that's because I don't want to remember it all, and you're right. Someone must have told the teachers. The police, the ambulance, all turned up. The police first. A car pulled up on the road next to the field, and 2 coppers came running. One fell, and there was laughter, I don't know who from, at the first sight of the police. Everyone who could run ran. Scattered everywhere. For a while the 2 policemen tried to grab some of the runners, but it was no use. And anyway, they soon realized where the action was. Here with me. And Shane dying. People were in my face. Maddie was wailing and crying. I think she hit me. Someone hit me. Perhaps they all hit me. He was trying to help, they were shouting. I wanted to tell them about Kurt, how it was all his fault, but nobody listened to me. Before the police reached us, I pushed my way closer to Shane. His eyes were closed, his body was trembling, just tiny little movements, like a leaf in the breeze. I think I said, sorry, 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 and then the trembling stopped. And the police arrested me. They found the knife, both knives, the one I'd taken off Mickey and the one concealed in my pocket. That was the knife that led to my conviction. I'd gone armed into battle. I was a knife killer. But I'm alive. So how can I talk about the knife that killed me? Because I'm not alive. Because I died back there on the gypsy field when I took the life of my friend Shane. Died in my heart. Died in my spirit. Died in my brain. True, my body moves. Moves from my cell. They call it a room, but it's a cell. To the showers, to the dining hall, to the recreation room, to the toilet, and back to the cell. But what moves is a zombie, an animated corpse. I don't know when I will be set free, but it doesn't matter, because the chains and the bars are inside me, and I will never be free of them. I think about Shane all the time. When you kill someone you love, they will be with you forever. I see his face smiling at me when we first meet. I see him smiling at other times down in his basement or in the streets, just hanging out. I hear his quiet voice. I can't quite make out the words, but I know they are wise and without reproach. I saw his eyes and his mother's eyes in court. I saw his mouth and his father's mouth. But Shane is not the only ghost that haunts me. The ghost of Shane could be my friend, but there is another ghost. Let me not call him a ghost, but a god. Because Roth is not dead. The rage of the Templars could not kill him. Saved him, in fact, because he was hurt. The world saw him as a victim, and there was no court case for Roth, no charges to answer. He was in hospital with Shane, but he lived when Shane died. Because, you see, cruel gods are kinder. Cruel gods are stronger than kind gods. And they will always beat them in the end. You doubt it? Look at the world. My brother. My sister. And so, the spirit of wrath is here with me also, and battles for my soul. And I don't know who will win.